Hello, my name is Mangesh Yadav, and I would be discussing the object that we use in our game. So, as you can see that the object can be simply created to the create menu that is provided in the hierarchy. Also, the games in the Unity are made up of multiple objects that it consists of mesh, script, sound, and other graphical element. So now for this thing, as our cube are our object. So the unique Unity provides a unique feature that it has a prefab that various object can be replicated without creating it multiple times through prefab features of it. Also, it provides a inspector panel that the various property of the object can be directly seen here. All the same time, it can be directly modified here. So it provides a very unique feature that runtime modification or validations can be done through the inspector panel. Also, the various object consist of the script, that is various methods are mapped to it. As you can see that it consists of a start method. The start method is used as an entry point, that is it is used to initialize the various objects or the methods that are used in the game. Also, it consists of an update method, that is while performing any modifications that should be reflected on every frame, the update methods take care of it. Also, it consists of a fixed method, that is whenever the game is dealing with any physics engine or a rigid body, the appropriate handling is done through the fixed update method. And it consists of an on trigger enter, that is whenever any collisions or collision needs to be taken care, the that is handled through the on trigger enter method. Thank you.
I am Badal Jain and I would be talking about the movement and collision of the object. So we are having two objects over here. One is our sphere and one is cube. So we have associated rigid body with every object. So rigid body means it would be used for physics. So we can associate the mass, gravity, and all other physics related stuff with a rigid body object. So we'd go with the sphere and we'll open the sphere script. So this fixed update function would work for the movement of the object. So in vertical and horizontal movement variables, input for the we are getting the input from the keyboard for the movement of the object, and we are setting the y-axis to 0 because we want our object to move in y or x and z direction. And speed we are setting from the gameplay option from outside 300 speed. So and delta time is for smooth movement of the object. The second thing is the object collision. So collider is provided by Unity. So it means like our player is colliding with whichever object, it will get as the input from this on trigger function. And if it is a cube, we'll set the activity property of the cube to false and it would disappear. So and we'll update the score as with +1. uh, Now we'll try playing the game. So as soon as our project ball moves, it will collide with the sphere with the cube, and now when the mesh of both the objects collide, it disappears. Okay, thank you.
My name is Rishi, and my job in my project is to take care of the main camera with respect to the object. So, to achieve this, there are two ways that I can think of. The first is to move the main camera and put it inside the player object. This way, we are restricting our main camera to the player. And now, let's see how it works. Now, when I'll play it, we can see that the ball is moving along with the camera. You can see this, and obviously, this is not the correct solution that we are looking for. So the another solution that I can think of is to take out the main camera out of the player object, write a new script in the main camera by going to add component script and selecting the language as C#, and let's rename it as camera controller. I've already written that script, so I'm not writing it again. So the script will look like this. Now this script tells us the position of the camera with respect to the object. So this is the first step that we have to do, and secondly we have to position the main camera. So the position of camera y-axis is 10, and we can do the rotation of 45 degree. This way it will look like this. and let's see how it works. Now we will see that the camera is moving along with the plane. You can see it here as well. So this is the right solution, and this is my work. Thank you for listening.
Shubhi, and I'll be talking about GUI text and audio. Now, GUI text can be created from here. We have four of these elements. When we create a text, a canvas and an event system get created. We have a text element for score, for game result, for restart, and for timer. You can select the font and also the color of it. Now, these elements are directly linked to the player, so you can see references to these elements over here. Now inside the script, we've just created text objects for these, and we've initialized them with null values initially. And we have the logic for creating update. As you can see in the update method, we check if the restart button is pressed, which is return, then we just reload the application over there. Also, if the game over flag is not set, that is, we are still in the game, we just change the timer from here, and we just update the timer text like this. Over here you can see the time left is 0 initially, and it just keeps on changing like that. And also the game result is when you've reached the timer limit, you display a message of game over or time up. And when you have a full score of 7 within the time limit, you display a U1 message. And after that, you just have giving the option of restarting the game, and hence setting the flag of reset. Now this was the GUI text. Let's move on to the audio. As you can see, there's a reference for audio over here. This is an audio clip, and up layer is the audio source. Also, the main camera is over here, is the audio listener, which listens to the sound. Now let's look at how this looks. Now when we collide, the sound gets played, and also you can see that the timer is getting updated and the score is also getting updated, and at the end we see, as we lost, it's a time up message. So this is how it works. Hi, this is Shubhi, and I'll be talking about 3D models in more detail. First of all, the terrain. A terrain model can be created just like any other 3D object from here. Terrain has specific properties apart from the rotation and position, which is creating a mountain or a valley effect, adding trees to it, and there is also these trees that I've created. As you can see, this one and these, a bamboo or a bush. These are specific 3D objects that Unity provides, and I've imported them. Similarly, this animal that I've created. Now these things, they have their texture quality. So as you can see from here, a bamboo texture or a banana plant texture, you can import as and when you like, according to your requirement. Apart from the objects, the other feature of Unity is animation. So I've animated this butterfly. As you can see, it's moving, and all these kind of things can be done with the help of Unity.
Hi, my name is Vipul, and we'll be discussing about the input methods which we are using in the project. So basically we went through many options, and as we had the Mio armband, we decided to choose it as our option for input methods. Now I'll show you a quick example how to use an Mio armband to move your inputs. So I'll use Mio armband as our input. So as you can see, when I move my arm, this particular stick along with a box on its top is moving. Now if I twist my hand, it is moving accordingly. Now interesting fact is, if I have a wave in gesture, so it changes color, and a wave out gesture changes color to green. So that way we can use our arm gestures to provide some kind of specific input. Now that we have integrated our scripts, Mio scripts with our game, we can see that the rollerball game which we were discussing till now uses the Mio armband as our input. Now when I twist my hand, you can see the orientation of the ball is changing. Similar way, I can move the ball to any direction in the 2D domain. Now we have restricted it to 2D domain so that it is compliant to our game. So in conclusion, I would like to show the task board and a burn down chart. So basically in a burn down chart, we started off with our use cases and requirements, and in the first and second week we realized that many of our inputs are like we need to study about the Unity engine as well as our input methods. So we were struggling with the timeline in first, but however in the third week beginning and all those times we managed to come close to our timelines by learning more about and putting more inputs and by learning more about the Mio integration as well as the Unity game engine as such. And finally we managed to cover up in the last week with all the testing and the basic input which we had done in the project. So thanks for watching this video, and this is Vipul signing off from Team 2.